You are this morning. Oh, cool. I'm here.
I'm going to use this also for the sake of the camera here. But welcome to Friday, day 5 in the week-long action to stand up to Dominion's $76 million ripoff.
Ooh.
This is a week-long action to call for real wind and solar power here in Virginia. And why are we here? What's the ripoff? Right now, we're here because Dominion is ripping off customers for a $76 million bonus in the name of renewable energy, while actually investing in 0 utility-scale wind and solar power here in Virginia. And that's a ripoff. Back in 2007, the Virginia General Assembly passed voluntary state renewable energy goals called the Renewable Portfolio Standard. And the spirit of that law was to bring real renewable energy, all of the jobs, the climate stability, and the environmental benefits that come with it to Virginia. Now, in the majority of other states in the country, these goals are mandatory. But here in Virginia, Dominion has so much power as the largest non-party donor to our state elected officials that all of their lobbying and all of their influence means that our goals are voluntary. And if utilities meet them, they get a massive bonus. That's the $76 million that Dominion was approved to receive in profit from Virginia customers. And again, they were supposed to be earning that with wind and solar power and real renewable energy here in Virginia. But they didn't. Instead, Dominion shuffled papers, counted some energy from things like hydro plants built before World War II, and got credit for that, the same as building real renewable energy here in Virginia. And that's a ripoff. Virginians should not be paying $76 million to their utility in the name of renewable energy without seeing renewable energy here. Because that's what we need. Yeah. Woo-hoo! Right. And our speakers today and our focus today really emphasizes who's getting ripped off right now. And that's our future. Virginia is getting left behind from the clean environment, health benefits, and the jobs of booming clean energy industries that are happening in other states. So today we're going to hear from some student speakers who are the ones who have the most stake, both in our future, in our climate, in our environment, and in the jobs that we need to see here in Virginia. So first up, we have Jackie Hogum, student at Virginia Commonwealth University and president of Green Action, the student group there. Woo!
As a college student residing in the two-time asthma capital of the United States, I feel that the need for clean energy in Virginia is vital to public health. In 2005, 400,000 Virginians were diagnosed with asthma, and these numbers have only increased since then. I have many friends and family who suffer from asthma, which is triggered by pollution that is created from power plants. There are 4 power plants within 25 miles of Richmond, and we can definitely feel the results of such pollution in the air that we must breathe. I personally have exercise-induced asthma. The leisurely runs through the fan that I see many doing on a daily basis are quite difficult for me to partake in. Rather than enjoying the scenery of historic Richmond, I am often fighting to catch my breath amidst the smog-filled air. Aside from exercise, us students breathe this dirty air while walking through campus every day. Thankfully, I am fortunate enough to attend a university that is well equipped with a sustainability plan. It is important that these clean energy policies do not remain simply as hopes from our campus, but are implemented so sustainability goals are met. With so many different buildings and structures, college campuses are obviously major users of energy and therefore are big customers of Dominion. If Dominion can start developing more sustainable energy on college campuses, it will be one more step toward the clean energy future that the state of Virginia so badly needs. Clean energy will benefit the health of Virginians by providing a healthy, toxin-free, sufficient resource that is made to last. With clean energy, we can be safely assured that our health and the health of future generations will be safe from ailments caused by pollution. Therefore, it is vital that Dominion do its part and build sustainable energy in Virginia to protect the health of its residents, to eliminate harmful pollutants, and most importantly, to pave the path for a clean energy future.
Health, a huge reason, a huge problem with dirty energy investments. And right now, that's what we're getting from Dominion. More investments in fossil fuels, more air pollution, more planet heating greenhouse gases, and more business as usual that we don't need. For all the benefits that Jackie just said we need, RECs, renewable energy certificates, are not going to get us there. So next up, we have Sharon Hartzell, a student at William & Mary University in Williamsburg, and also co-facilitator of SEEK, the student group there.
Dominion is ripping us off. Right up to your mouth. Okay. Dominion is ripping us off for $76 million without bringing wind and solar to Virginia. Dominion is jeopardizing our future. This bonus is simply not fair. It's not fair to Dominion's customers who foot the bill for the bonus. It's not fair to communities in Virginia who bear the brunt of our continued reliance on fossil fuels, communities impacted by mountaintop removal, or who live in the shadows of coal-fired power plants. It's not fair to the Virginia economy that we are falling behind in renewable energy production. I know many students who will soon be graduating from college, particularly chemistry and physics students who are already researching renewable energy technology. They will be looking for jobs, and many of them will be looking to work in Virginia. No one is looking for jobs at coal plants, unless it is as a last resort, because the energy economy of Virginia has positioned that as our only option. It's unfair to Virginians, but this is not an issue that affects the Commonwealth alone. Climate change and our current energy crisis will require all of us to pull together and develop all the renewable resources that we can. I've heard the solution to the energy crisis described not as a silver bullet solution, but as silver buckshot. We need to develop alternative energy wherever we can, and right now, Virginia is missing out on developing our tremendous renewable resources, particularly in the form of solar power and offshore wind. Energy companies may say that these technologies are not practical, not efficient enough for energy generation, but this technology is proven. Wind and solar power are being developed, just not in Virginia, which continues to rely on dirty fossil fuels. We deserve better than that, and we can do better. Students who have the greatest stake in our future know that coal and other fossil fuels are on the way up. We're calling on Dominion to use their tremendous financial power to create a stable energy economy in Virginia, rather than condemning us to energy sources that are past their prime. It's time for Dominion to stop ripping us off and locking Virginia into a dirty energy economy. It's time for them to earn their bonus. It's time for lawmakers to close loopholes in the system that allow injustices like this to happen. They have the power to do so. It's how they choose to use it that matters. We, the students of Virginia, ask Dominion to invest in our future, not fossil fuels.
Offshore wind power alone could bring up to 10,000 jobs to Virginia. We're uniquely positioned with our ports, our industry, skills already developed here to build a booming offshore wind industry and see that clean, renewable energy coming off of our coasts. But those are 10,000 jobs that are left on the table right now, there for others to take. Because Dominion is ripping off Virginians, ripping off our future, and on top of it, getting approved for a $76 million bonus for 10,000 jobs left on the table. This is the ripoff. Next up, we have Samantha Corin, student at Mary Washington and co-leader of the Virginia Alliance for a Cleaner Environment, the statewide student network that's one of the partners of the Week of Action.
What? Is that good? Speak loudly. Okay, thank you. I've never used the megaphone before. This is exciting. I'd like to make an argument that my generation has and will within communities and in our environment. My sophomore year, I got to work on a group project to study mountaintop removal mining policy, not only in Virginia but nationally. In order to strengthen our argument, my group searched for personal stories to share with our group, with our class. And what we found was not just increased rates of cancer, but destruction of homes, destruction of livelihoods, boulders being thrown into children's bedrooms. This destruction, the destruction is great, however, it is not the choice of the citizens of Virginia being a part of that destruction. That choice was made by Virginia. By taking shortcuts to increase their gain while further fueling Virginia with dirty energy. I am a product of climate change, a mirror of coal production, and a product of oil. But my future lies in wind, and in solar, and in renewable energy. By taking shortcuts, Dominion has not only improved their gain, but has taken shortcuts in my future, and that's not fair. I'm doing the work that it takes to ensure that I have a future, and I'm asking you to
How we doing now? Almost ready to pick it?
Yeah.
Alright, some logistics and how this is going to work. Again, this is the 5th day that we've been doing this. Every day, the crowd watching us, both on Dominion's platform above where we're picketing, and people just sitting on the sidewalks, or people driving by and honking. Every single day, the number of people paying attention and supporting us has grown. And this is the last day of the pickets. But it's not the last day of the action, and it's definitely not the last day of a campaign to move Virginia to a clean energy future. Tomorrow, we're capping off the entire week with a huge rally right here. You know how to find it. Starting at noon, where we're going to tie together every single reason that we've been out here this week. Air pollution, extreme weather, mountaintop removal and hydrofracking that's eating the supply for Dominion's fossil fuel plants, sea level rise, and finally our future, the clean energy economy, the jobs, and the sustainable future that we need. We'll be back here tomorrow with a huge rally, march around Dominion, again, starting at noon, and we're going to be talking about what we get done here today. So the next thing we're going to do is take a picture of everyone's smiling face lined up behind our photo petition banner with signs. So we're going to get a quick group shot, then we're going to file out of Kanawha Plaza that way, go up the block, and start picketing outside a busy entrance to Dominion's office building. Again, their building takes up this entire city block. And we're going to be outside one of the busier entrances. They know we're coming, they're paying attention, and we are going to chant and picket and make it known that we are here calling for Dominion to stop the ripoff and invest in renewable energy. Woo! And at the end of the picketing, we're going to again do what we've been doing all week and do it bigger. Every day this week, we've also delivered hundreds of petitions to Dominion showing that it's not just us. There are thousands of Virginians alongside us that are calling for Dominion to invest in wind and solar and to stop the ripoff. On Monday, we delivered 200, Tuesday, 400, Wednesday, 600, Thursday, 800. We're capping it off by getting into the thousands. So we're going to send a representative up to deliver 1,000 petitions from like-minded Virginians showing that we're not alone. The majority of Virginians stand with us. So we'll wrap it up with the petition delivery, do a last really loud chant to make sure that top floor can hear us, and then come back here to wrap it up and make sure everyone knows what's coming up in the future. So next thing, group shot around the banner. Great crowd. Are we in tight enough for one picture?
Get it a little tighter if you could.
All right, get it in the middle.
Get friendly.
Can we get one row down? Yeah,
Get a little closer.
Perfect, perfect. There we go. There we go. All right. look great. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, those for you and make sure that they are received properly. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you.
When do we want them? Now! What do we want?
Hi, well, my name is Juan Robinson. I am the policy coordinator with the Chesapeake Climate Action Network. And we are here on Friday, the last day of our 5-day action right outside of Dominion's corporate headquarters, demanding that they use their bonus that they received for the RPS clients. They actually use that money for wind and solar technology in Virginia. They haven't done so. They have no utility scale wind or solar. They are buying RECs from out of state and using it towards a renewable energy bonus in Virginia. We think that is wrong. We think the ratepayers deserve better, and that's why we've been here all week long demanding that they invest their money properly in wind and solar energy.